I'm just gonna run through a little of what I am prepping for. I mentioned it a bit on my Instagram, but let's see, that progress video was a few days ago now, so in about 2 weeks, maybe like 2.5, no, yeah, whatever, like 2 to 3 weeks, John and I have our Bachelorette parties, and we are traveling back to the Midwest for them. That's where the majority of our wedding party lives. I have one bridesmaid who lives in LA, but otherwise, like, everyone is there and everyone's gonna be there, and so we're doing kind of a combined, but also like branching off and doing our own separate thing, obviously, because it's supposed to be like girls and guys. But we're doing like a weekend at on a lake. And we have like a few like big room suites, and one of the girls in my party and 2 of the guys in John's party have boats up there at this lake, and so we're gonna have go wakeboarding and whatever. It's gonna be super fun, but the entire weekend we're gonna like be on the water, so like, you know, bikini and then going out at night and like whatever, and it's summer. So I was like, you know what? I haven't prepped for like many things because I stay like photo shoot ready like all the time. But I was just like, it might feel good for like 3 weeks to just be like a little bit more laser focused on something. So that is what I'm doing. And essentially, when I say prep, it's nothing like getting ready for the stage, because being ready for the stage is so much different than anything else in real life. But essentially what I was just doing, or what I am just doing that's different than what I usually do, is like, I've been pretty lax about, like, for example, having a glass of wine at night and things like that. And, you know, I may kind of account for it, but sometimes I don't. Or like sometimes I plan to have one and I account for that glass. Then I'll have like fill it a little bit more and have like another half glass or something, you know what I mean? Or just like other, you know, kind of summer like brings out like wanting to go get more treats or like sit out on the patio with a drink or whatever, you know, especially for me. So it's so much harder for me in the summer to be like disciplined than it is for me in the winter. Always, it always has been. So I am monitoring my like wine, things like that. I mean, when I say monitoring it, it's not like I drink a lot, but like when I was before, I wasn't necessarily like accounting for it. So I am, excuse you, Bear's angry. You wanna say hi to YouTube? Ugh. Oh, why are you so angry? Anyway, so I'm accounting for that more. I'm limiting, you know what I mean? Like, where I might have been like, yeah, I'll have a glass of wine after dinner. I'm just not doing that anymore, that kind of thing. So alcohol intake has gone down, or is more, you know, accounted for. And I am limiting that to a certain number of like nights per week. So like if you want to have a glass of wine, fine, but you get like 1. So like, you know, decide which night, you know, kind of thing. And then also, I'm only doing 1 rest day per week versus 2. I've been doing 2 because, like I said, I'm not in prep for anything and I'm generally just maintaining, and I've been able to maintain my current physique and everything at 2 rest days per week, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing 1 instead, which actually I have not noticed like being more tired. Also, I'm not having, like, for example, little snacks. Like if I don't track a snack, if I've been tracking like all day, for example, and then I don't put something in my macros, it's usually because it's something like super low calorie, you know what I mean? Like not very energy dense, like popcorn, for example. You can eat like a lot of popcorn. It's like a high volume food. And so sometimes like I would get popcorn and account for some of it in my numbers, and then just like, you know, kind of round and like not really count it and probably end up eating more. And I was always like, and that's fine because it's not a lot, but those kind of things I've just like actually, you know, counted now. So essentially things that I was like rounding on, or, you know, I would get like a serving and account for that serving and then get like another half serving of whatever it was. I'm not doing that anymore. And then I've lowered my rest days to 1 per week instead of 2 per week. My cardio like amount I don't think has really changed. I don't think that I'm doing more necessarily, but I I guess I could do the math on that, but I'm doing it more like consistently. And also with only having one rest day per week, I must be doing more cardio actually, now that I think about it, because on the day that I would usually rest, it's still like a pretty low cal day for me because I wasn't like gonna add in a super high intense workout. So I'm sure that that day would add in probably more cardio. And I feel like there's this weird like voodoo, like that like cardio is bad for you or something. And it's because essentially people have had bad experiences with like competition prep, and like also people like not being educated on lifting weights and things like that, and so all they did was cardio. And then people talk about how they have adrenal fatigue and all these metabolic issues, and like for some reason cardio has become like the blame for that. And you still need cardio to be healthy. Like cardio is good for your heart. Cardiovascular exercise is good for you. Now, of course, doing hours a day, every day, you know what I mean? Not taking a rest day. Yes, of course, it's going to take a bad toll on your body, but that's not at all what I'm doing. Not what I'm saying when I say like I'm increasing my cardio or I have one less rest day and I do cardio on, you know, on that day that I usually rested. That's like 20 minutes or like 25 minutes. And it's not like killing myself cardio. You know what I mean? And I'm not doing 2-a-days or anything like that. So please don't like feel bad if you enjoy doing cardio, or if one day you don't have the energy like for a lift, but you still want to like do something and you go for a long walk or something. Do not feel bad about that. Like there's this weird kind of like energy around cardio now, and it's almost like become popular for people to like bash people who do cardio. And while I understand like where it started, and I understand that some people are doing it out of concern because they think that people are doing too much, I get that. And I've lowered my own before and my clients' cardio, you know what I mean, in order to just like frankly not have to do as much. You know, it takes up more time and things like that, but you do need it for health reasons. And unless you're doing like an excessive amount, which I know for some people might be hard to like tell if you're doing an excessive amount, but unless you're doing an excessive amount, or unless you're going multiple times a day to go do cardio when you're not even in prep or anything like that, or if every single prep your coach automatically starts you with like an hour a day without like easing you in or something like that. If you're just doing like a normal amount, if you go for like a 25 or 30 minute cardio session, like a few times a week, don't feel bad about that. You're not weird for doing cardio. Does that make sense? Like, I just wanted to kind of dispel that weirdness around it. And like I said, it's not that like all cardio is good or like that you can do endless amounts. Like that's where it becomes a problem, right? It's because people do too much and then they like wear their body down and they mess with their hormones and things like that. But it's not all bad. Like cardio is a good thing. There's a reason that like people become healthier when they start doing it who haven't done it before. You know what I mean? Things like that. So that's my little rant on cardio. That being said though, I never do more than half an hour. Currently, I've done more than half an hour in the past, like when I was prepping for shows and things like that. Right now it's not necessary. I'm not currently taking any fat burners. Actually, right now I'm not even really using any supplements other than fish oil, and I need to find a new multivitamin because I haven't even been taking that either. So I take fish oil in the morning, and then sometimes I'll have casein protein before bed, but we're actually out of whey right now, so I'm not even like doing post-workout whey. Like I have like almost no supplementation. I guess I do have powdered aminos for like during my workouts that sometimes I will use, but it's not like even a necessity. Like I'm so just going on tons of water, tea, whatever, and food right now that supplementation can be helpful for sure, but it's not necessary, and you will make improvements and progress without you know, using supplements. So that's essentially what's going on. This is kind of my Bachelorette prep. It's like 3 weeks long, so it's not very long. That's why I call it a mini prep. And also because it's not like severe, like it's not like I'm doing anything that crazy. But I will keep you updated, and I probably will like tweak things from week to week, so we'll see. But that's it for now. And oh, I guess my main goals, I forgot to say, my main goals are to tighten my legs up a little bit. They have always like held muscle really easily, but also they hold fat more than the rest of my body does. You know, my abs lean out a lot easier than my legs. My arms are never like an issue, you know what I mean? But I don't know, I just don't focus on them because they're kind of like neither here nor there. I'm still doing one leg day a week, and then the other leg day is mostly just like plyos. Get some higher rep, more explosive work into hopefully lean those legs down just a little bit. Like I said, it's nothing crazy, but those are definitely like my problem area. Everyone, you know, has one or whatever. My legs generally aren't like, I don't get like cut legs, you know, so I would say that's my main goal, and also still trying to keep, you know, glutes full so you don't look like a board or whatever, which is why I'm not eating like super low calorie or anything like that. I mean, I still eat plenty for me and my BMR and my personal goals and stats. My stats currently are 26-inch waist, 37 hips. My quad, which is the halfway between your knee and your hip joint, that's your quad measurement. My quad is, I think it was 20 inches. I'll check on that, but I believe it was 20 inches. So I have 20-inch quad, 37 hip, 26 waist, and I didn't do any bust or band measurements, so I suppose I could do that next time. And yeah, so I will keep you updated, and let me know if anyone else is in prep for anything wedding related. I have a few clients that are, and it's super fun. And I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks, guys.